The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is already shaping up to be one of the most talked about smartphones of 2026. With leaks pouring in from all directions, covering design tweaks, hardware choices, camera upgrades, and even some disappointments, this device has sparked huge debates in the tech community. Some fans are hyped, others are worried, and many are wondering, is Samsung pushing boundaries or playing it too safe with its next Ultra flagship? Today we're breaking down every single leak, rumor, and detail about the Galaxy S26 Ultra. From fast-charging controversies to camera refinements, battery choices, and design evolution, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where Samsung is heading with its 2026 Ultra phone and whether it's worth your attention. Charging controversy, still stuck at 45W? Let's start with one of the most heated topics, charging speeds. For years, Samsung has been lagging behind in this department. While companies like Xiaomi and OnePlus are offering 100W plus charging that gets your phone from 0 to 100% in under 20 minutes, Samsung's so-called Ultra flagship is still stuck at just 45W back in July. However, a reliable insider leak gave fans hope. Rumors suggested Samsung was finally ready to push charging speeds higher with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Another firmware leak supported this claim, sparking excitement that 2026 would be the year Samsung finally caught up. But now, things are looking different. A Chinese certification document has revealed that the model number SMS9480, which we know belongs to the Galaxy S26 Ultra, still lists 45W charging support, 10V 4.5A or 15V 3A. That's the exact same as the S25 Ultra. And here's the kicker, Samsung doesn't typically split charging speeds by region. So if China gets 45W, the rest of the world likely will too. Translation: the Galaxy S26 Ultra may still take over an hour to charge fully in 2026. Meanwhile, rival devices will still be leaving it in the dust. This feels like deja vu, and it's left many fans frustrated. Battery capacity, same as before moving on to the battery. Yet again, Samsung seems to be sticking with what we already know, a 5000 mAh battery pack. Now, 5000 mAh is still a decent size, and with software optimizations, it can provide excellent endurance. But the issue isn't capacity, it's progress. Other brands have figured out clever battery designs like dual-cell systems that allow for both higher capacity and faster charging while still meeting safety regulations. Take OnePlus, for example. They've pushed past limitations by splitting their batteries into multiple cells, charging them simultaneously, and achieving blazing speeds without overheating or violating restrictions. Samsung, however, seems unwilling to take those risks. The result? A battery system that feels outdated, especially for a device that will easily cost over $1,000. So while the Galaxy S26 Ultra might last all day on a charge, it won't blow anyone away in the battery department. And for power users and gamers, creators, travelers, this is going to feel underwhelming. Camera department, small changes, big impact. Okay, now let's move to an area where Samsung usually shines. Cameras. The S26 Ultra will reportedly keep its 200MP primary sensor, but with one very important upgrade, a wider aperture. This means the camera will let in more light, improving low-light photography and night shots, while also offering better depth and detail. On top of that, the 12MP telephoto sensor is rumored to get an upgrade too, delivering sharper zoom photos and better clarity when capturing distant objects. These might sound like small tweaks, but they matter. The Ultra series has always been about refinement, and Samsung knows that even a subtle upgrade can make a big difference in real-world photography. Of course, Samsung's Ultra phones are famous for pushing the limits of digital zoom, so fans are curious to see how far the S26 Ultra will go this time. Imagine holding a phone in your hand that can deliver clear, detailed shots of objects from hundreds of meters away. That's the kind of wow factor Samsung needs to maintain its lead. Design, smoother, sleeker, more premium. Now let's talk about design, one of the most visible areas of change. Leaked renders suggest the Galaxy S26 Ultra will look familiar, but with some refined touches. The corners are said to be more rounded, making the phone easier and more comfortable to hold, which is important, since it's also rumored to be slightly taller and wider than the S25 Ultra. In other words, this phone will still be massive, but Samsung wants it to feel more ergonomic in the hand. We're also expecting thinner bezels, possibly new finish options, and maybe even some exclusive colorways to help the Ultra stand out. While it's not a revolutionary redesign, it's clear that Samsung is polishing what already works and addressing comfort concerns from previous models. Why play it safe? At this point, you might be asking, why is Samsung playing it so safe? Why stick to 45W charging and the same 5,000 mAh battery when the competition is charging ahead? The answer likely comes down to reliability and safety. Samsung has been extremely cautious ever since the Galaxy Note 7 battery issues years ago. They would rather avoid risk than chase specs. That's part of why Samsung phones are so trusted and widely used worldwide, but it's also why hardcore tech fans sometimes feel underwhelmed. The good, the bad, and the unknown. So, let's sum this up. The good. Wider aperture 200 megapixel sensor for better low-light photography. Upgraded telephoto lens for sharper zoom shots. More rounded design, sleeker, and more comfortable to hold. Samsung's trademark premium build quality. The bad. Wired charging still capped at 45W. Same 5,000 mAh battery. No innovation here. Incremental upgrades instead of bold leaps. The unknown. Could Samsung surprise us with software or AI enhancements? Will launch day reveal hidden features not covered in leaks? And most importantly, will Samsung justify the Ultra's premium price tag if upgrades feel this minor? Final thoughts: the Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be a device of contradictions. On one hand, it's sleek, premium, and still one of the most powerful Android devices on the planet. On the other, it risks feeling too familiar at a time when competitors are pushing bold innovation. If these leaks are true, Samsung fans may feel conflicted. You're still getting one of the best smartphones money can buy, but you may also wonder if Samsung could have given you just a little bit more. Of course, these are still leaks. The official launch is months away, and Samsung might have surprises up its sleeve. Whether it's new AI features, software optimizations, or hidden hardware tricks, there's always the chance that the Galaxy S26 Ultra could exceed expectations when it's finally unveiled. So what do you think? Is Samsung being too cautious with the Galaxy S26 Ultra? Or are these careful refinements exactly what fans want from a premium flagship? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is only getting started. The S26 Ultra will reportedly keep its 200 megapixel primary sensor, but with one very important upgrade: a wider aperture. This means the camera will let in more light, improving low-light photography and night shots, while also offering better depth and detail. On top of that, the 12 megapixel telephoto sensor is rumored to get an upgrade too, delivering sharper zoom photos and better clarity when capturing distant objects. These might sound like small tweaks, but they matter. The Ultra series has always been about refinement, and Samsung knows that even a subtle upgrade can make a big difference in real-world photography. Of course, Samsung's Ultra phones are famous for pushing the limits of digital zoom, so fans are curious to see how far the S26 Ultra will go this time. Imagine holding a phone in your hand that can deliver clear, detailed shots of objects from hundreds of meters away. That's the kind of wow factor Samsung needs to maintain its lead.